Hi, I'm Happy Lehman, sharing in our leadership principles. We're to number 5, and this one's what I call leader versus pastor. I'm surprised how few people see this issue, but in my mind, this is a really, really big issue. I got the idea years ago from one or two lines in a George Barna book. Barna is, of course, a great poll taker and has written a number of books, and I couldn't tell you what most of the rest of the books of his say, but this one line stuck with me forever. He made a comment. He said there are 20 times more pastors in church leadership than there are leaders in church leadership. Well, I got to looking into that, and I became absolutely certain he's probably on the right thing. Now, if you're going to use biblical language, we'd probably more likely say apostles and pastors. But we don't use the word apostles much in the vineyard, so I'm just going to use leaders and pastors. But I want you to get a little idea of the difference. A pastor is kind of what you think. Takes care of people, loves people, really good bedside manner, really involved in their life. Probably knows if you have a dog, a cat, your kids' names, and just really wants to be there all the important moments of your life. A leader, on the other hand, may not even know if you have a dog or a cat, may not even know if you have kids, might see some kids wander around and think, well, that is one of their kids, is more focused on where are we going? Do we have good facilities? Do we have enough people here to make this thing work? Is the staff really work? See, they think in different realms. One's not better than the other. We all need pastors in our lives. Actually, we all need leaders in our lives. Having overseen churches in the vineyard for a number of years, I can tell you the typical church member will lean to favor a pastor versus a leader. Why? Pastors make you feel good. Pastors are warm and fuzzy. Leaders tend to be focused and a little more harder on the outside to get into. They tend to be focused 5 years out in the future and not necessarily, they might even miss a conversation right now. So if you think about this, this is really interesting. Some of the things I did when I was studying for a master's in ministry, they said there's not a church in America with over 150 people led by a true pastor. Well, that's interesting. The average church in America is well under 100. The average church in America is led by pastors. Nothing wrong with pastors. But like in basketball, and I've coached a lot of basketball, you don't send a big, tall kid to bring the basketball down. Those are the floor. Those are called guards. You don't send guards into the center to try to block the shots of the big, tall guys. You put people in the place where they're going to succeed. One of the problems we have in our churches is we don't have enough leaders. We have too many pastors. Churches stay small. People are frustrated by that, and so they get mad at their pastor. But their pastor's doing what he can do. Then a leader comes in and he'll be after your time, your energy, and your money because he has a big vision. He wants to go somewhere, and people are upset at leaders. Warren Bennis wrote a great book about why leaders can't lead. You know, in the USA, we have a love-hate relationship with leaders. We want great leaders. In fact, we want everything to get better. We just don't want anything to change. And leaders always change things. They're always moving ahead. So again, think this thing through. Leaders versus pastors. Which are you? One's not better than the other, but know who you are. Really, the beginning of wisdom is to understand yourself. If you're a leader, lead. If you're a pastor, pastor. Do what gift God has given you. Do it well. Hey, see you next time.